Hey there, it's Transman Am, and I'm here at week 3 of hormone replacement therapy. I haven't noticed too many changes in the entire span of the 3 weeks. My voice has dropped some. During the day, it goes higher. At night and in the morning, when I first wake up, it's nice and low. I'm able to hit a low B flat when singing now, and am more flexible in the harmonies I'm able to do with my band. So that's very nice. I'm looking forward to my voice dropping even further and starting to get thicker hair. Right now, I remain unchanged in terms of hair on my arms and my legs and stomach and back. But they said around the 1 month mark I might start to see something, so we'll see what happens for next week. I wanted to talk this week about passing as male. I recently went up with my band to a fairly conservative part of Montana and had a great weekend. It's 4 other guys, and hanging around a group of men is far different than hanging around a mixed group. I had recently talked about gender in a discussion group through my former employer, National Coalition Building Institute, Missoula, and they used a great model to discuss what it means to be female, what it means to be male, what it means to be not either of them. And it really just got me started thinking further about how I present, how I correct people if I choose to, and what it means to be where I am. I've noticed that I use certain mannerisms when I'm out in public and getting looks from people. I frequently get looks or questions about, "Are you Miss so and so?" And I'm not anymore. So I say, "No, I actually go by male. I'm Aaron Philip McBeck." But that doesn't necessarily register right away. And so I toss in a caveat there that I'm fairly androgynous right now, or I say, but I don't have as high levels of testosterone as most men do, so I look a little bit different right now. Just kind of explaining or for some reason justifying what I'm doing, how I'm living and how I'm presenting, so as to make them more comfortable. Tonight I was at a meditation group and someone said, "All right, have a good night, ladies," and I chose not to correct them because it wasn't worth it for me in the moment, and it'll become more obvious in the future. I think I have to be comfortable first in myself correcting them and not being awkward and just kind of saying, yes, this is who I am, this is what I want to do, because anytime I correct, then I'm essentially coming out again, and I don't want to be coming out all the time. It's just very tiring and exhausting, and it's not something I'm terribly interested in. So anyway, when I'm out in public, like when I went and heard a concert the other night, I noticed that, I sit here and I'll check the growth, do mannerisms like that. When I sit down, I will adjust my pants downward and sit and slouch differently, sit with my knees further apart, do little specific things that men tend to do just to give those kind of like subliminal cues that I am male. And these mannerisms aren't necessarily mine, they're not ingrained in who I am or anything, but they're little things that I've adapted just to help in public read as male and essentially make people more comfortable. So I don't feel discomfort in acting more male or doing stereotypically male mannerisms and stuff, and I think that's the only reason that I would be willing to do them. But I do consciously think about it. I'm hyper aware of who's reading me as what most of the time, and I think I know, but I don't necessarily. I know when I'm getting stares that are like, what is that person, and trying to address, trying to somehow fit in a more comfortable zone for them. Sadly, that's reinforcing the gender binary of male and female, and the way males are supposed to act and the way females are supposed to act. But until I pass as male, I'm not comfortable really fighting that gender binary, just because there's so much energy it takes just to be a trans man, to be any human really, that I don't want to take up another cause right now. All this boils down to say is that I think about my identity a lot. It takes up a lot of my time, especially when I'm out in public, and that isn't necessarily a good thing. I don't see myself as trans man first and then the rest of it. I see myself as Aaron and the rest of it. And trans man is just one small identity. And this brings up the question of stealth. Will I live stealthily in the future where nobody knows that I'm trans? I don't know. We're going to see when I get there and when I start to pass as male all the time what it's like. But for now, I think I'm just trying to navigate the world in a way that's most comfortable. So that sometimes means not correcting. It means being addressed as female sometimes, and it also means going as male. When I was up in this fairly conservative part of Montana this weekend, I did use the male restrooms because I have been kicked out of female restrooms and dressing rooms since I was in high school, but never have I been kicked out of a male restroom. And so that was my choice this weekend, to dare to go in a men's restroom when there's no non-discrimination ordinance that protects me, and that if I were found out to have the female body, I could have been kicked out, punished by law. But, you know, it's all about what makes most people comfortable and not question what's going on. So it differs in each situation. And I'm really looking forward to the time when it's when I pass 100%. I don't wear a binder. I don't dress any different than I'm comfortable. But hopefully there will be physical changes coming up with the testosterone, such as facial hair and stuff, that will just kind of like set it in stone that I am male. For now, though, they're not there, and so it's difficult to negotiate. Anyway, there's a lot there to talk about, to think about, specifically the gender, what do men do, what do women do, and how do you relate to others of that, of other genders, and is it a binary or really is it something different? There's a lot to talk about there. I'd be happy to do more talking. I'll actually do a call out for questions now. If you want to leave questions in the comments, I will answer them either midweek or next week as they come in. But this week, that's about all I have to say. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I look forward to talking to you next week. All right, happy Valentine's Day, everybody.